We are surrounded by angels, and I was found by an angel called Michael Birkmeyer. My life changed, and the soul dream moment was about to come true. When I called my parents, they were so confused because suddenly their only daughter was about to open her wings and fly away from them. Once, my mom taught me the story of the eagle. The eagle, she puts her eggs on the highest peak of the mountain, and when her baby birds grow their feathers and they are ready, she pushes them out of the nest because she knows they are ready, and she knows she cannot deprive them from the most special moment of their life, to see the most beautiful landscapes they can reach. So did my parents. They took me to the international airport of São Paulo in Brazil, waved goodbye, while I entered the airplane to go to Vienna. Subscribe on this channel, like this video, and stay on tune. We are going to share a little bit more about this love story for ballet. Going back at that time, I was only 16 years old and I didn't speak other language but Portuguese, and I was in a country where they spoke German, completely different from any other languages. And everything was different. As I said before, my life changed. Everything changed. The climate changed. I used to live in a tropical country, and then I was in a country where it used to snow, was very cold, and the food was completely different. The culture was different, people, and the only thing that didn't change was my heart. Was how I wanted to live that moment, to dance and to be a beautiful ballerina. I got there and I got in front of the school ballet building, and it was such an imperial image. The ballet school is just beside the opera house. So the style of the architecture is so big, it gives you the idea how serious everything is. Vienna is a wonderful city. So was the ballet school. When I got there were so many girls and boys. Also, they were going for the same idea. They were from different places. They all left their parents, they all left their family behind them, just like I did. We were all at the same age, very young people, dreaming and going for something so important in our lives: ballet, dancing. My class was the 7th grade. The last grade of the school was the 8th grade. So I got there and I got already into the 7th grade because also of my age. And everybody was so good already. The girls, the boys, they already had such a good technique. And I was thinking, how can I reach such a good level? How can I be better from myself? Well, I had a great teacher at that moment. She taught me such a good things, and not just ballet. She could see how much I wanted to be a ballerina, and after 1 or 2 weeks she suggested me, "So Mariana, I think we have to clean a little bit your technique, your ballet technique." And my classes, they were all in the morning until the lunchtime, and she suggested me to do classes in the afternoon with the kids, with the small girls. They were 8, 10 years old, and because they used to do very slow movements and they were starting ballet, my teacher suggested me in the afternoon to do class with them. And while they were all training on the bar, I used to train right on the center. So I used to do all the movements they were doing, very slow movements, and really working their muscles, their technique, their arms, their head, musicality. And I was also working just like them. So I used to do classes in the morning with my class, the 7th class, ballet class, I had variation class, I had modern class, I had Vienna valse class. Yes, I learned how to waltz, the real waltz from Vienna. And in the afternoon, I used to do class with the kids. I lived in an internat. And in this internat, there were also other children, other teenagers, some ballerinas, some musicians, and it was also a school. So an internat with a school, and we used to live in there. It was separated, boys and girls. We used to only dine together, to have lunch together, to have dinner together, or to take the transport together, but we were separated in the internat. And we used to, so in the morning we used to wake up there was a person coming to wake us up. The Fräulein used to wake us up, and we used to get ready and take our breakfast and take the transport to go to the ballet school. And sometimes I remember when it was winter, there was snow until our knees. I never saw that much snow of my life, and I just thought how beautiful it was, how magical it was. Also, I used to talk to my parents by telephone only once a week. And we used to call each other. I used to call them from a public telephone, which used to be inside of the internet. And we used to talk only for 30 minutes. So 15 minutes with my mother and 15 minutes with my father. That was the time we had to share how the week was, the experiences I was living. And I used to miss them so much, as I was their only daughter. And I'm so close to my parents still until today, you know. I'm so lucky to have my parents and to be so close to them. So I used to be even closer to them when I was far away, when I was 16 years old. And we talked for 30 minutes. And I wrote them letters as well. They wrote me letters. I still have these letters with me. And that was how we used to communicate, as there was no internet, there was no cell phone at that time, you know, in 1998. And it is really special to think of that, to go back, because today, you know, everything is so easy with the internet. You can read, you can see the news on the internet with instantaneous time, in an instantaneous time. You can talk to whoever you want today through the internet, through the cell phone. And at that time it was really hard, but we didn't know how it was going to become easier. My routine was so intense that some evenings I was so tired I just want to sleep. And most of the people as well, most of the girls as well, we had a very, very intense routine there. But sometimes we used to get tickets to see the ballet company dance. There was a ballet company also, there is a ballet company, the Vienna State Opera Ballet Company. And when they used to dance, sometimes we used to get tickets for €1. And that ticket was a place at the back of the audience, and it used to stand. So people who used to pay that, I think it was not €1, I think it was €5, something like this. And people used to stand there. So there were lots of us from the ballet school, but other people as well, normal people, not ballet dancers, but who wanted to see the ballet and couldn't pay so much to sit in the front, for example. So what I wanted to say is that sometimes we were so tired because of our routine, but when we used to get these tickets to see the ballet, we didn't think twice. We used to go there and stand for 3 hours with maybe 1 or 2 breaks in between, but we used to stand for 3 hours and watch the ballerinas from the ballet company dance. And this was a really important moment for me, because they were the people I wanted to be like. So I wanted to be on that stage, I wanted to dance like them, I wanted to be professional like them. So I used to love watching the company dance, to have this opportunity, which was so special for us. Talking a little bit more about Mr. Birkmeyer, Michael Birkmeyer, the angel who found me here in Brazil. He used to go sometimes, as he was the director of the ballet school of Vienna, he used to go sometimes and watch our classes, and sometimes he used to even give the ballet classes. And I remember so much how he always told me the importance to tell a story. A ballerina has to tell a story through her steps, through her technique, through her face, her expression, above all. And he always gave me as an example Marcia Heidi. She used to be a ballet dancer at his time, so he said that she was a real storyteller. And he said the most important thing when a person goes to a theater, the person pays for a ticket to see a ballet. That person wants to turn off from the real world and wants to become, as if the person would be inside of that story, the person would watch. And our responsibility as a dancer was to tell this story, and this comes with the passion we have for ballet. And that's the mix of the professional dancer and the passion of the ballerinas who really love dancing. And the way he taught, he had such a passion teaching us. He used to come and he wanted to see us as hungry as he was. He was hungry to see the ballet dancers from his school go further, to grow, to become better. And we could see that on him. He was so hungry to see that, to want that from us. And we were hungry to show him we wanted that as well, and we want to learn more. I was so hungry for that, to learn what he had to give. Mr. Birkmeyer was first dancer of the company, of the ballet company of the Ballet State Opera. He had so much experience to give us, so much to teach, and we were just so lucky to have him there beside us. As I told you, when I got this scholarship was only for 3 months. So the end of these 3 months were very close to end. And one day he came to me and he said, "So Mariana, I think you grew, I think you really took the opportunity and you had the discipline, and I would like to offer you to stay until the end of the year." At that moment, I knew I was going to stay awake in that dream for 1 more year. And that meant I wouldn't see my parents for the whole year. I would stay there in Austria, but I didn't think twice, because I knew how much they loved me and I loved them. And that was the link, that was the bridge that kept us together, our love for each other. And I wanted them to be happy for me. I wanted them to be proud of me. On the next video, I will tell you how I had my first opportunity to dance with a ballet company. Yes, that was the real responsibility. And for me, I cannot just wait to tell you which ballet I danced on the stage of the Vienna State Opera.